When we talk about India's rise as a service superpower, it's easy to think it just happened. But that couldn't be further from the truth. This is the result of a massive, interconnected machine, one that was deliberately built for global excellence. So today, we're going to pop the hood and see exactly how this engine works.
So that brings us to the big question we're tackling here. How is India actually building this global service empire? Because, let's be real, this is way beyond just IT support anymore. We're talking about a super complex ecosystem that touches pretty much everything, from finance and healthcare to tourism and education. All right, to get our heads around this, here's our game plan. First, we'll look at the grand ambition behind it all. Then, we'll dig into the foundation, the policies, and the people making it happen. After that, we'll check out the digital engine that's really driving things, see how it changes daily life, and finally, we'll see how it all connects to the global stage.
Okay, let's start with the big picture, the global service ambition. The main thing you need to get here is that none of this is accidental. It's a core strategy, a really intricate network where policy, tech, and human skill are all deliberately woven together.
So where does a plan this huge even begin? Well, it all starts with the bedrock, a really powerful combo of forward-thinking policy and a massive, massive investment in people.
This whole strategy really stands on three crucial pillars. You've got Digital India, which is all about getting the modern infrastructure in place. Then there's Startup India, which is the fuel for innovation and new ideas. And finally, Skill India, making sure there's a world-class workforce ready to power it all. You take one away, and the whole thing gets wobbly. Let's just zoom in on Skill India for a second, because this is huge. This is not some small training program. It's a full-blown national mission run by groups like the National Skill Development Corporation, and its goal is to train millions of people. The idea is to create a workforce that isn't just big, but is perfectly tuned for what the global service markets need, whether that's in high-tech IT or five-star hospitality. So, you have the policies in place, and you have skilled people. But what are the tools they're using? Well, that brings us right to the heart of the system, the digital engine. This is where cutting-edge technology and a completely revolutionary financial system come together to power the whole nation. And this engine, it has two key parts working in sync. On one side, you've got the physical tech backbone. Think software technology parks and special economic zones and hubs like Bengaluru and Hyderabad. They give companies the actual infrastructure and incentives to compete. But then, on the other side, you've got this incredible financial revolution, powered by things like UPI for instant seamless digital payments, and services built on Aadhaar, India's digital identity system, which is bringing literally millions of people into the formal economy for the very first time.
Okay, so we've talked policy, we've talked tech, but what does this all actually mean for the average person? Let's take a look at how this whole powerful engine shows up in daily life, in the services that citizens and, yes, visitors use every single day.
It really breaks down into three major areas. In healthcare, you have massive programs like Ayushman Bharat that are expanding access for millions, not to mention the rise of telemedicine. Then in education, the new national education policy and online platforms like Swam are completely rethinking quality. And of course, in tourism, big campaigns like Incredible India are all about promoting service excellence on a global scale.
Right, having an efficient system at home is one thing, but how do you plug that into the rest of the world? This last part is all about that global connection, how India's service engine is specifically built to compete on the international stage.
A huge part of being globally competitive comes down to one word: trust. And that's where India's push for e-governance is so critical. Platforms like the GST network, which makes national taxes way simpler, or DigiLocker for secure digital documents. These things create a transparent and efficient system. And that's not just for internal housekeeping. It's about building serious confidence with international partners.
And honestly, the results really do speak for themselves. I mean, as this quote says, IT and consulting services now dominate the country's exports. All these interconnected systems we've been talking about have cemented India's position as the go-to global service hub, fueled by countless international partnerships.
And the final piece of this global puzzle, it's about aligning with modern values. See, to compete today, you have to be responsible. That's why India's service sector is focusing more and more on things like sustainability and ethical governance. This isn't just about feeling good, it's smart business that meets the demands of the modern global market.
So when you just step back for a second and look at the whole picture, you really see it. You see how all these different systems, the policy missions, the tech hubs, the financial revolution, the services for daily life, they all link together. They're not just operating in their own little silos. They form one cohesive, incredibly powerful ecosystem.
So what does this powerhouse actually create? Well, it boils down to three things: innovation, inclusivity, and resilience. It's a system that's designed not just to be efficient today, but to generate tomorrow's big ideas. It's built to bring everyone along for the ride, and it's built to be tough enough to handle the shocks of a rapidly changing world.
And that really leaves us with one last fascinating question to think about. We've seen the incredible machine that India has built. So, as all these complex systems continue to grow and mature and learn from each other, you just have to wonder, what completely new services are going to emerge from India onto the global stage next?